When you hear the words Brigada Eskwela, what comes to your mind? Teachers, parents, students, and the community coming together to clean, organize, and prepare the school for another exciting school year. But what does Brigada Eskwela look like when you are a teacher working abroad? Well, sometimes it's just you, your classroom, your creativity, and a whole lot of hard work. Hi everyone, I'm Teacher Jean, an international teacher here in Thailand, and welcome to another vlog. Today, I want to take you behind the scenes and show you something that many people don't always see. The work that teachers do before the students even walk into the classroom. Back home in the Philippines, we're very familiar with Brigada Eskwela, where teachers, parents, students, and members of the community come together to clean, repair, organize, and prepare the school for the opening of classes. But here in my experience as an international school teacher in Thailand, the preparation can sometimes look a little different. Most of the time, I have to do many things on my own. I clean my classroom, I arrange my tables and chairs, I organize my learning materials, I print my visual aids, I cut and prepare my decorations, I create learning displays, and I carefully think about how I want my classroom to look, and more importantly, how I want students to feel when they walk through that door. Sometimes I even bring my work home, and yes, sometimes I ask my daughter to help me cut some of the materials and visuals that I printed. So it's really a little family effort. But you know what? I don't do all of this just to make my classroom look beautiful. For me, classroom arrangements is an important part of creating a good learning environment. But why is classroom arrangement so important? Well, a classroom is more than just a room with tables, chairs, and a whiteboard. It is a space where students spend a big part of their day learning, interacting, creating, and growing. When students walk into a classroom that is clean, organized, comfortable, and welcoming, it can affect how they feel and how ready they are to learn. A well-arranged classroom can help students feel more relaxed, more focused, and more confident to participate. The way we arrange our tables and chairs also matters because students learn in different ways. Sometimes they need to work independently, sometimes they work with a partner, and sometimes they need to collaborate in groups. That's why I always think about the movement and flow of my classroom. Can my students move around comfortably? Can they see the board clearly? Can they easily access the materials they need? Can they work together without feeling crowded? I also believe that walls of our classroom can become part of our teaching. Our visual aids, learning displays, vocabulary words, science posters, and students' work can all become meaningful reminders of what they are learning. So for me, classroom arrangement is not simply about decoration. It's about creating a space that is safe, comfortable, organized, welcoming, and conducive to learning. Because when students feel comfortable in their learning environment, they are more likely to feel confident, participate actively, and enjoy the learning process. And that's really my goal. I want my students to walk into my classroom and feel this is a place where I belong. This is a place where I can learn. This is a place where I can explore, make mistakes, and grow. That's why I put so much thought and effort into preparing my classroom. Of course, every classroom is different. We have different room sizes, different numbers of students, different subjects, and different learning needs. So there is no single perfect classroom arrangement that works for everyone. As teachers, we need to observe our students and find what works best for them. Sometimes we need to move the tables. Sometimes we need to change our displays. Sometimes we need to try something completely new. And that's okay because our classroom should grow and change together with our learners. So, to all my fellow teachers, I know how much work happens behind the scenes. Sometimes people only see the finished classroom. They see the beautiful decorations. They see the organized tables. They see the colorful learning displays. But they don't always see the hours of preparation behind it. The printing, the cutting, the arranging, the cleaning, and the planning, and sometimes doing everything all over again because we simply want to make things better for our students. But trust me, when your students walk into the classroom and see their eyes light up, when they say, "Wow, teacher," when they feel comfortable enough to participate, it. And when they become excited about learning, it's when you realize that all the hard work was worth it. So this is my own version of Brigada Eskwela abroad. Maybe I don't always have a big team of parents and students helping me prepare my classroom. Sometimes it's just me. Sometimes I even bring the work home and ask my daughter to help me with some of the cutting and preparation. But every corner, every visual, every learning displays, and every arrangement is prepared with one purpose: to create a classroom where my learners can feel comfortable, confident, inspired, and ready to learn. And to all my fellow teachers who are also preparing their classrooms, I want to remind you of something. You don't need the most expensive decorations. You don't need a perfect classroom. What matters most is that your classroom reflects your care for your learners. Because a beautiful classroom is nice, but a classroom where children feel safe, valued, comfortable, and excited to learn, that's what truly makes a difference. If you're a teacher, parent, or even a learner watching this and you want to ask me about how I arrange my classroom, how I organize my learning spaces, or how I decide where to put my visual aids and learning displays, feel free to send me a PM or message. I'd be happy to share some ideas and tips based on my own experience. I'm Teacher Jean, an international teacher here in Thailand. Thank you for joining me behind the scenes of my classroom preparation. And always remember, a classroom is more than just a room. It's a space where young minds learn, explore, create, and grow. See you in my next vlog. Thank you so much and God bless. Bye bye.